On this week's episode of the QC Step podcast, I will give you the current job leads. I'll speak with you more about the Day of Transition 2013 and a workshop that some of you may be interested in. And I'll talk with you about the holiday seasonal positions that have started to open up with retail stores. It's the week of September 30th through October 3rd, 2013, and this is the QC Step podcast. Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of the QC Step podcast. My name is Corey Finneran. I know a few of the schools will soon be on their fall break, and I want to remind you that you can still watch or listen to this podcast for job leads and employment tips and other information. Here in a bit, I'm going to tell you about an event that you will only be able to go to if you're a student at a school that takes a fall break, and that would be Sherrard, Rock Island, and United Township. Also, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I've been getting information out through our social networking accounts that I think will help you get jobs and be successful with those jobs. The podcast episodes only come out once a week, and there's information throughout the week that I think you might want to know about. So you can like us on Facebook by going to qcstep.com/Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and our usernames on both of those is at QC Step. This is also a good way for you to share information with us and to let us know that you would like help with applications or preparing for interviews. And those come to me, and I'll pass them on to Gary or Carrie, depending on which school you go to. So let's start things off this week by looking at some job leads. I post these job leads to qcstep.com every Monday morning, and there are links to the online applications for all of the leads that have them. Again this week, there are several Hy-Vees that are hiring. The Moline store is looking for courtesy clerks. The Moline store on Avenue of the Cities is looking for produce clerks. The Moline store on John Deere Road is looking for courtesy clerks. The Rock Island store is looking for dairy clerks. And the Silva store is looking for kitchen help. There are some other stores that are hiring. The Kmart in Moline is looking for seasonal cashiers. The Kohl's in Moline and Davenport, they have multiple seasonal positions to fill, and you have to be 18 for those. The Burlington Coat Factory in Bettendorf is looking for seasonal receiving associates. The Lowe's in Davenport is looking for part-time weekend team members. You have to be 18 for that. And the Gordmans in Davenport is looking for sales associates. We also have some job leads for our graduates. The Petco in Davenport is looking for cashiers, and the Lids in Moline at South Park Mall is looking for part-time sales help. Again, if you would like assistance with any of these applications, or if you would like more information on the positions, you can contact us through social networking, or you can email info@qcstep.com. On last week's episode, I let you know about the Day of Transition 2013, a conference that our program is hosting on November 5th at Augustana College. It's just over a month away, and if you plan to attend, you need to register as soon as possible. This is especially important if you go to Sherrard, Rock Island, or United Township, and you'll be out of school for the next few weeks. If you would like instructions on how to register, I put up a video at qcstep.com, and it's right above the Day of Transition flyer. And it's pretty small, so you can expand it, or you can click to watch it on YouTube. Here in the next few weeks, we will have our schedule for the sessions set, and you'll have the opportunity to register for the sessions that interest you. If you have any questions about the Day of Transition 2013, please email me info@qcstep.com, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Another event that I wanted to let you know about is a workshop that's on Tuesday, October 15th at the Moline Public Library from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So really only the students that will be on their fall break would be able to attend this workshop. This workshop is entitled Be Prepared, Tips for Landing a Job at a Job Fair. Many of you will attend the career fair for people with disabilities in the spring. Last year, leading up to that career fair, I spent about a month going over tips on how to get the most out of a job fair. Even if you're not planning on going to a job fair anytime soon, you could probably get some good information from this workshop at the library. I assume that most of the things discussed at the workshop will be geared towards job fairs, but also would apply to any interaction with a potential employer. So if you're interested in this workshop, I plan to attend to see what types of information they're giving out. Again, it's at the Moline Public Library, which is at 3210 41st Street in Moline, and that's on Tuesday, October 15th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. As I've given the job leads over the last few weeks, I'm sure you've noticed that there are already listings for seasonal holiday positions. These positions can be kind of confusing because if you're looking for a job, why would you want to work a position that may be temporary? I'll tell you why in a minute. Obviously, here I'm talking about the seasonal positions in the retail industry that are leading up to Christmas. Even though the holidays are almost 3 months away, we have seen the job openings, and now is the time to apply for these positions. So here are 5 reasons you should work a seasonal position. Number 1, seasonal positions provide you with the opportunity to build your skills. Maybe these are skills that you feel you need to work on. Since these are retail positions, let's say you feel like you could improve your customer service skills. If you want a crash course in customer service skills, the holidays are the perfect time to develop them. Working a seasonal position will give you the time to improve the skills you would like to develop, and that will lead to you being confident in knowing that you have improved them. Number 2, seasonal positions give you work experience to put on your future applications or your resume. It also gives you experience to talk about in a job interview. You might think that an employer would not look positively at temporary employment, but that's not the case at all. If you finish a seasonal position successfully, that's as good as any other type of employment. It shows that you had the desire to work, you worked up to the standards of the employer, and you successfully completed the assignments that you were given. On a side note on this point, make sure that when you're filling out applications after working seasonal jobs, make sure that the note explains or says that it's a seasonal position on the application, and that explains the brief period of employment. I really think that the work experience that you gain is the most valuable aspect of seasonal employment. Number 3, seasonal positions could lead to regular employment. Target recently did a story on their website, and according to this article, nearly a third of the seasonal employees they hired were offered regular positions once the holidays were over. You should view a seasonal position as an extended interview for the position. This is your chance to show what kind of an employee you are. Show up for work on time, do what is asked of you, and be friendly to customers, and your chances of getting a regular position are probably pretty good. The 4th reason you should want to work a seasonal position is that you will receive a lot of hours in a short period of time. Maybe you want some spending money for the holidays, or maybe you have a busy school or extracurricular schedule and working in other times of the year is difficult. I've already listed a few reasons that you should work seasonal positions, but let's be honest. The reason we work is for money. And the 5th reason you should work a seasonal position is that it allows you to test drive a new job. Maybe you're not sure if you want to work a retail job. Working a seasonal position is a great opportunity to try it out and see if you like it. It allows you to see if that type of a position is a good fit for your skills and your interests without any long-term commitment. And then if you decide that you do like it, as I said in number 3, it could lead to a regular position. So I hope that through these 5 reasons, I've convinced you why you should apply for seasonal retail positions. If you're interested in these positions, nearly every retail business is now hiring for these positions. If you want help finding a business to apply with, or you want help on the application because most of these are online now, have your step teacher, your co-op teacher, or your case manager get a hold of Gary or Carrie, or you can email me, info@qcstep.com, and I will pass it along to Gary or Carrie, depending on which school you go to. Well, that does it for this week's episode. Again, don't forget to register for the Day of Transition 2013 if you plan to attend. Spots are limited, and it's on a first-come, first-served basis. So I'll be back next week with another episode of the QC Step Podcast.